yeah. Please tell me that I can't, that I won't, that I fail, that I'll never make it out, yeah. Please tell me all the bad, never good, fill my head full of every single doubt, yeah. Please say any negative thoughts, I pop off when I hear people say I cannot. I get off to the thought of proving everyone wrong, I won't stop to the top, so you better back off and get lost. I'ma stay loud, stay proud, never running out, never heading south. I'll be spreading out, call it word of mouth, can't put me down, I'll be getting loud. You can have me douse, not what I'm about, have your fucking cloud, it be raining now, I keep making sound, go another round, bitch I'm legend bound, can't stop me now. You don't wanna fuck with me, a slow burn like a disease. Just tell me that I can and I'll show you things that you couldn't believe. Just tell me that I can. 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 It's showtime.
Welcome to Friday Night Lights. I am your host, Mikey, and as always, riding with me, Tommy. What's going on, brother?
What is going on, Mr. Mikey? And excuse my face here. I got my wisdom tooth, partially my wisdom tooth, partially taken out yesterday. So I am on here. I still went to work yesterday, and I'm still here on the live show. That's kind of trooper I am, but bro, my mouth hurts. I'm not gonna lie. My jaw is in some pain. Anybody know tooth pain? That's the one thing that I think we can all agree sucks. So it is what it is. But speaking of somebody, we do have a special guest today, and that is Jerick from Jan Sports. There he is. What's up, Jerick?
What's going on, fellas? Yeah, I'm sorry about that, guys. I have no idea what's going on with my camera. But hopefully I can get that working throughout the stream. But yeah, man,
it happens. Yeah,
I'm excited to be here, guys. What's been going on with you guys?
You're just waiting for the NFL draft. However, the Bills did make a signing today. They signed guard Kevin Jarvis. He was a 2022 undrafted free agent at Mississippi State. He played both left tackle and right tackle for Michigan State. Sorry, not Mississippi State, Michigan State. And he also played right guard. He projects as a guard. Very much in the mold of the Ryan Bates. Can do a little bit of everything. Those undrafted guys that they like to bring in and groom and see what they can come out. Super athletic. Got hurt early in training camp last year and never got to see anything. Got waived by the Lions and spent the year recovering. The Bills signed him today.
Hey, extra depth. We'll see if he makes the team. You know how that goes. We have 60-something now on the roster. I think they said 67, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, he's 6'5", 317, so he's got some size to him, which is nice. Yeah. Athletic, which we know they love their athletic guys. Plays multiple positions, fits the archetype that the Bills look for. We also have to, hold 90, right? And we don't got a lot of cash, and we don't got a lot of draft picks, so we're gonna be signing a lot of guys like this.
Yep. Also, other news, just a heads up for everybody, and I guess I'll get your guys' thoughts on it. OBJ signed with the Ravens for $18 million, 15 guaranteed. I'll start with Jerick first. Jerick, what do you think about this signing, man?
He went for the money. I mean, it is what it is, man. I mean, he went for the money. We don't know what the situation is going on with Lamar Jackson and the Ravens organization. If I personally was Lamar Jackson, I would sit out this year. Me personally, because I feel like for the most part they're not matching up to his value, to what he believes his value is. Which again, I can understand it. I mean, the dude's a former unanimous MVP, which we have not seen that much in the history of this league. So, right. I understand it from his perspective. But yeah, Odo, he went for the money. And $18 million on a 1-year contract. That's a very sexy deal. Compared to probably what a lot of teams, which I would probably gather was maybe offering maybe $9 million, maybe going up to high as maybe 13 or 14 million, probably. But no, there's no question about it. Not to mention the fact that he does get to be that number one receiver. Baltimore has always struggled with delivering a number one receiver for Lamar Jackson. I mean, so he gets to go there, be the number one role, gets a bunch of targets, and this is kind of the best prove it, 1 year prove it deal probably out there, because you get a fat contract. and you potentially get to get a better one depending on how he performs as being the number one target. But there is concerns. Obviously, he's going to be 30, 31 years of age.
Right.
He's coming off a significant injury, which, again, we found out that he was playing without an ACL for pretty much, 11 weeks straight. And obviously we saw what happened when he played in the Super Bowl. So, he's coming off of a major injury, still rehabbing it. And we'll see what happens with him. But no doubt he got it for the money. And, I can't really blame him.
So I want to quickly go back to something you said there. You said that Lamar should sit out for the season. We've seen a player do that, and it didn't work out. Why would he miss out on the $35 million that he's going to be paid and get nothing?
I mean, Le'Veon. When Le'Veon Bell did, Le'Veon Bell got. He got the $30 million guaranteed, which was which was top 5 for his position. Well, actually, no, I think that was at the time the premier money for a running back for his position. So, yeah, obviously his career didn't pan out, but he got the contract. And I think
he got the contract, but he didn't even get what Pittsburgh had offered him more than what he ended up getting with the Jets, and he turned that down because he wanted the dual pay for receiver running back. I'll tell you, the fact that Lamar's been out on the market for this long, where he's had the ability to at least talk to people, and there's been no signs of it, tells me he's not going to, what he's valuing himself as is not going to be met. I mean, when you look at it, he's also been hurt each of the last 3 seasons. He hasn't finished the year.
Yeah.
Are you gonna pay a $200 million guarantee to a quarterback that hasn't finished a season in 3 years?
I won't.
Right.
Personally. Yeah,
right.
I won't. But I get it. I do get where he's trying to come from, though, because when you look at Baltimore's offense and the way that it's kind of tailor-made, it's not the best offense for any franchise quarterback to play in, especially with. The dude hasn't had his best receiver was Hollywood Brown, who's at best a number 2 receiver. He has not played with a true number 1 target or even a true slot target ever in his career. The best player he's ever played was Mark Andrews. So, I understand he hasn't had the best help. He's running around a system that's tailor-made of utilizing his legs. And I think for Lamar Jackson, I think his argument would be, well, if you could just put me in an offense which is not going to use me up like say Cam Newton did with the Carolina Panthers, or what we're seems like what we're doing right now with Josh Allen, but that's for another different day. But I guess for his standpoint, he has his argument, but like you just said before, do you really want to pay someone $200 million, especially with the amount of guaranteed money where he's trying to get that Patrick Mahomes type of contract? He'll be getting way more than what Josh Allen's getting paid for. That's what he's asking for, and I just don't know if teams are willing to do that.
Well, would you give him more than Josh Allen's getting paid?
Hell
knowing
no.
he hasn't finished a year.
Oh, not even close.
I understand it's supposed to be the next in line, and what's hurting him, and I think it was Rosenthal who came on the Pat McAfee show and he was talking about it. He's like, the problem that Lamar's having is he's his own agent, and that's great. You want to represent yourself, fantastic. He's like, but he's going for a guaranteed number. There's many ways to navigate around a guaranteed number. Get more upfront, shorter deals to where you can still get it. Like even Kirk Cousins, he got a fully guaranteed, but it was $75 million fully guaranteed over 3 years, and he was back at the table. Like there's ways to do this. Go to the table, go 4 years, 120, 150, whatever the case may be, and get fully guaranteed there. But you're looking for the Deshaun Watson contract. He doesn't have the leverage that Deshaun had, which makes zero sense why Deshaun had any leverage at all. That's just a dumb owner.
Well, okay. So here's the deal with the Ravens. The Ravens are in a bind. They're in a bind. They just overspent on a receiver who hasn't played well in like 4 years, or at least his numbers don't prove up to what they just signed him for, right? He can't stay healthy. Mind you, I'm agreeing with Jerick. I think he could have went anywhere else from like maybe 7 to 11. That's where most teams were comfortable. He got a killer deal of 15 guaranteed. That's 1. 2, I don't know what Ravens are doing now because you overpay for a receiver, but you're not willing to overpay a little bit for Lamar. And I'm sure that's rubbing Lamar Jackson wrong, right? So that, even though he got his receiver, did he really? Right? Because now he's pissed. Is he going to even stay there long? It's only a 1-year deal. And Lamar messed up. He messed up by being an agent, his own agent. I get that he wants to believe in himself and all that good stuff, but having an agent is the right way to go when listen, he's a football player. No offense, man, but you got to, take care of your body, do your thing, work out, get ready for football, and have your agent go around, talk to teams, stuff that you don't really know about. It's not your world. And worst case scenario, you say, hey, I don't like that deal. He's there for you. And I think Lamar didn't really see it like that. And I think it's a mistake. I think it's going to cost them because
it already has.
Yeah, and I think that the Deshaun Watson thing, I think he looked at that a little bit too hard, and Cleveland just made a huge mistake. And every from what I heard, every owner in the NFL is pissed off about that deal because that deal would never happen, and it's probably not going to happen for a while, right? Guaranteed. That's crazy. So I think Lamar is just hoping that the Ravens were going to be like the Browns in that situation. It's just not going to happen, and I don't think any team's willing to dump the truck like that, bro. So he's in a tough spot because if he, like Mikey said, if he doesn't play, he's losing out a lot of money for sitting. And then what team's going to want to sign him after sitting like a year, right? I don't know, man. I think he has to play. I think he's going to do the whole sit out for training. He's going to play that game a little bit, but ultimately, I think he's going to wind up playing.
Well, what he can do is he can do the sit out thing and then only agree to sign his tender if they agree not to franchise him again next year. Because that's what Peyton Manning and Tom Brady did. Remember, back in the day, they were the first ones. They changed the rule to where you can only franchise tag a guy 2 times. But now there's a way to get in there and say, listen, I'm not going to sign I won't show up till week 11. I think
the Ravens are nervous with him, bro. I think the Ravens don't. It's not that they don't value him as a good quarterback in this league, but like you said, Mikey, man, he hasn't really been healthy, right? And I get that he hasn't had a top-notch receiver, but the health factor, the way he plays, it all takes a factor, and the GM has to do the right thing, right? You have to make the right decision here. So do they see Lamar being like, that franchise guy for 10 years down the road that's going to stay healthy and lead that team? Maybe they don't, right? And maybe that's the dilemma right now because they could have gave him a decent offer. I mean, I don't know the real offer. We don't know, right? Yeah, so I'm just throwing that out there. Yeah, I'm sure they want him.
They also brought in a brand new offensive coordinator. They also brought in a brand new offensive coordinator, which is changing the offense, getting away from just a power running game that he runs, to try to make him more into a NFL quarterback, not just a running quarterback.
His style, though, Mikey.
So him sitting out, I know, but him sitting out all of training camp is going to hurt him when he gets on the field because he's not going to know the offense.
Yeah, I hear you.
The brand new
hey, listen, man, I think Baltimore's in a tough spot right now.
And guys, Todd Monken is a different beast from Greg Roman. He is a different beast, different offensive coordinator. I like Todd Monken. Todd Monken is one of the best offensive, at least in college when he was at Oklahoma State Oklahoma State back in the day with Brandon Weed and Justin Blackman. Those guys.
Wasn't he just with Georgia?
Yeah, he was offensive coordinator. He changed Georgia's offense. I mean, they went from a classic pro style unit to being one of the best modern day pro style / spread offenses in the country. I mean, the dude as a play caller, I think is his most impressive attribute, not just his schematics, but his play calling, just understanding defenses and understanding certain situational moments. He's a beast. But
chess game, right? It's a chess game that offense coordinators have to play. He's really good at that chess game.
He has that element.
Yeah.
Yep. Any other news, by the way, Mikey, that I'm missing out on?
No, not from a Bills standpoint,
or just in general.
I didn't, honestly.
I know the Washington football team is potentially going to be sold, right?
Yeah.
Right. That's coming
like
up.
They've agreed in principle, but nothing's been signed.
A lot of money, by the way, like what, $6.5 billion or something?
Just
crazy?
Under $6 billion is the last report.
Yeah, that's
under.
wild.
But they're still negotiating with other players that could come in over $6 billion.
Yeah,
so,
wow.
I'll be perfectly honest, Tommy. This week has been crazy. I didn't even get to do my mock draft this week to put out to everybody. which I apologize. Work was insane. Last weekend we had the holiday. I didn't even realize it was a holiday. I didn't realize it was Easter until it was Easter, and I woke up and the family's like, "Let's go."
Oh
Okay.
boy. So for tonight, guys, real quick. So Jerick, so we're gonna get Jerick caught up because we didn't get to tell Jerick what we're doing tonight in a whole. So this week for the chat, just real quick, so I could get the chat up to date. Today we're doing a live mock draft, but it's me, Mikey, and Jerick. Next week it's gonna be you guys. So you guys make the picks once again. It'll be generated, and the top pick that that the most ones that we're gonna put it in a what do they call it, Mikey? In the
it's the vote. I can't
the
think of the
vote.
name
We're gonna
of it.
put it in a vote, right? So
Mhm.
you're gonna do hashtag whatever the last name, and whatever name comes up the most is the guy we pick, right?
Yep.
So that's how, and we'll explain better next week when we go live with you guys how it works. But tonight, Mike, you're gonna break it down how we're gonna do tonight.
So we to answer this question, we're gonna be doing just the Bills picks. We're not gonna do everything. But tonight, what's gonna happen is we're gonna run through 3 mocks. In each mock, each one of us will be Brandon Bean. The other 2 will be the scouts. So it's gonna be our job to pitch to that Brandon Bean person who we think they should take there, and then it's their job to pull the trigger, make the decision on what's best for the team. So if Tommy, if you're running as Brandon Bean on it, Janice and I will both go through and we'll talk about it, and we'll say, hey, maybe he thinks we should go offensive tackle like Spen wants, right? Maybe I think we should go linebacker. We're both going to give you our pitches of why we think we should go there. Then you pull the trigger on who you think. Maybe you think we're both dumb and you go wide receiver.
Right, yeah, exactly. We can go rogue. Scott, by the way, we were talking about me. I know, my bad. So listen, real quick. So everyone in the chat would say, let's say it's Torrance. You want Torrance, right? You would put hashtag Torrance next.
That's
week.
next week. That's next week.
Next week. I'm just throwing that. So you just hashtag Torrance, and then whoever, let's say the next guy picks Robinson, and the next guy picks Torrance. Well, if Torrance has more votes in the chat, then Torrance will be the pick. Very, very simple. Very simple.
That's next week.
Yep, that's next
This week we'll get started. Tommy, you want to start as Brandon Bean, or do we want Jerick to start as Brandon Bean?
Go ahead and let Jerick be Brandon.
All right, Jerick, you're going to start as Brandon Bean.
Okay, so we're at pick 27.
We're going to be at pick 27.
Here,
buddy. I have slowed it down a little bit in case you decide you want to move up or move down.
Next week, Scott. Next week.
Yep.
It's not confusing, Scott. It's next week. Hear me out one more time.
I will run through the entire rules when we go live next week.
Yes.
To make it where it's not confusing.
Tonight there's nothing but you just sitting back watching us do mock drafts.
Yep. Or telling us how bad we suck at it.
Right. Or just saying, man, that's an
Jerick,
awful
are you ready, brother?
All right, I'm ready.
All right, here we go. Oh, wow, that went way faster than I thought. Sorry.
Oh, man.
Hopefully
Mikey,
you didn't want to move up.
Slow that down, brother. Slow it down a little bit, Mikey, on that. Can you? Or you can't go back?
I can't go back.
Okay, there we go. Speed. Okay. Yeah. Jeez Louise. Can you see who went first, by the way? Give us a couple of the first, 10 picks. We'll have a little fun with it, right? So Stroud went number 1.
Yeah.
Bryce Young went second. So no shock there. Quarterbacks went.
Then Anthony Richardson, Devin Witherspoon, Jalen Carter, Will Levis, Christian Gonzalez, Peter Strongski, Tyree Wilson. Honestly, I think these are going to be the top 10 picks. Whatever order they come, I really believe these are going to be the top 10 picks.
Can you zoom that in a little bit, Mikey? Any possible way for the chat?
We start losing stuff, so
that's okay. I mean, we'll figure it out in a minute. I mean, chat, can you see that with the way it was before? Just curious, because if it was,
nope. Yeah. If I zoom it in, we lose the whole.
Then keep it like that. Then
we lose the
board.
We'll
tell you guys. Go ahead.
Let's see something. No,
it's the same thing. It's the same thing, Mikey.
Yeah, it's the same thing. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So
that's fine. We can be on top.
Yeah. Okay. So, let's go over here. Run down. Then Van Ness. JSN went at 12. Quentin Johnson went at 15. Darnell Wright went at 17.
No, you can input Scott, but we're gonna, ultimately it's gonna be, whoever is the GM, Brandon Bean, is gonna wind up making a pick. But yes, you guys can, if you want, of course, definitely, you're the chat.
So
you could be part of this. You could definitely give your thoughts, but we're gonna wind up giving our thoughts, and he ultimately he's gonna make the pick.
Yeah. So where do you want to start? Well, we'll start with Jerick. You tell us, what position do you want to start with? Look at.
It's going to surprise a lot of people, guys. But
come on, Jerick Bean.
We got to make a splash. We got to make a splash here.
Ooh.
I'm going with the one technique. I want interior defensive lineman.
All right, so let's take a look at who's on there. Mezzie Smith, Washington or Michigan. Keanu Benton, Siaka Ika. Those are the top three. Mezzie Smith is the only one who has a first-round grade.
And that's what we're taking.
Oh,
wow.
He's not even going to listen to that. He just went
You're not going
with one tech. He knew what he wanted.
I knew what I wanted.
Let me talk to you.
That came automatically. I looked for him. I'm like, that's our guy.
Oh man, Brandon Bean said, "Get the hell out of the room, guys. This is what we're doing."
He said, "No,
I don't want to hear no talking."
You ain't give me nothing. I know who I'm going with. All right. Then went Will McDonald, Osiris Torrance.
Oh, you made people mad already, Bean. You got Twitter. You got the Twitter world going. Yeah, I think Twitter's going. Twitter's going nuts.
Well, Bean, by going D tackle, you have missed out on both Drew Sanders and Trenton Simpson and Jack Campbell.
Okay. Let me remind people, this is the weakest inside linebacking draft class we've had in 10 years on paper.
But are any of those guys better than who we have in the building today?
No.
Drew
Sanders has the upside, but Drew Sanders is a hybrid. He's not a true inside linebacker.
What?
Jack Campbell is probably the only person.
I do agree with you. I do agree with you that Drew Sanders is a hybrid, and he's only been playing off-ball linebacker for 1 year.
Jack Campbell is the only true inside linebacker in this draft class that I would consider taking in the first round. That's the only person I would consider. Trent Simpson is not. Trent Simpson is a hybrid. I saw what they did with Clemson as soon as they actually moved him inside of that inside linebacking class, and it was just the dude had a very tough time with block shedding, and that's just
you are getting killed, Bean.
You're getting roasted
for this pick.
Okay,
everybody, listen. Everyone's saying reach, but let me ask everyone a question. Let me ask everyone in the chat a question. Is it harder to find that interior defense? Is it harder to find that interior nose tackle, or is it harder to find a true inside linebacker?
In this draft?
No, just in general.
In general, the defensive tackle is a more premium position than the
inside linebacker. It's a more premium position. Yes, it's a more premium position.
I get what you're going there.
What do people want nowadays? They want the DJ Readers of the world, right? They want the I forgot the Tampa Bay Buccaneers player, defensive player. It's escaping me, but they want him. They want the Kenny Clarks of the world. Look at that Bengals game in the playoffs. What happened when we were missing Daquan Jones? We could not stop a cold because we were lacking that one technique that can play as a two-gap player, a guy that can stuff the run, cause disruption as far as getting guys more opportunities. Why did Ed Oliver not really have? Notice this: when Daquan Jones was not in the lineup, Ed Oliver could not do anything at all. He is a guy that takes advantage of opportunities depending on what our one technique is, that big, nasty player. The one technique is a much more premium position player than that true inside linebacking class. Plus, I do think that you can find some really, really good value in the later rounds at the inside linebacking class. Defensive tackle, it's really three guys, three true one techniques in this draft class, and then it's gone. And they're probably going to be gone the first 2 to 3 rounds.
By the way, real quick,
I disagree with you there completely on the defense on the one techs, because you have a Broderick Martin that you'll probably be able to get at the beginning of day 3.
Let him know. By the way, Jerick, we can trade up and down in this if you.
Okay.
Trade.
Yeah,
I'm just throwing that out there.
Yeah,
including for players. I just want to throw that out there.
Okay. Yep.
All right, go ahead.
So we'll go on. I disagree with you on the fact I think where the issue lies between when you're looking at premium value. Do I agree that D tackle, a 1 tech or a 3 tech is more premium than a linebacker? Yes, but I look at the depth fall off. Outside of Jack Campbell, there's not a linebacker in this draft that I would truly take. Maybe Drew Sanders if we're going to change our scheme and rush him a little bit more. We can't take him as a true coverage linebacker like we used Edmonds because that's not his skill set. Outside of that, there's not any linebackers in this that really fit that. They're all undersized and more weak side than middle. And they've already said that they're not going to move Milano. So when I look at the talent depth between the two, there is more defensive tackles that are that are, and they may not be the Maisie Smith first round grade guys, but there's a deeper class of D tackles than there are linebackers.
But I would say more for 3 technique than 1 technique in my personal opinion, from what I've just scouted, because I look at guys like maybe a Keanu Benton, a guy that's more of a 3 technique guy than more than a 1. I mean, Garvin Dexter is definitely more of a 3 technique compared to a 1, and he definitely has more. I have way more concerns about him, especially with this get off. The dude struggles when it comes to get off. I like Apu Ika. That's probably the only other player that I would consider, because that's a guy that's extremely explosive. He has that 340 frame. I think Mozzie Smith is a much better pass rusher. A guy that is a much better pass rushing skill set. I think he's stronger than Apu, but Apu's probably one guy that I would probably consider in the second, third, as far as taking that true 1 technique guy in this draft.
Okay, that's fine.
Hey,
all right,
he's the GM.
You're the GM. This is your draft, brother. I'm just telling you, from my side where I see. Because you could have went Jack Campbell at 27 and then Saki Ika at 59, and then hit 2 positions within your first 2, or for whatever reason everybody wants a right tackle, which I hate to burst your bubbles, not going to happen.
Yeah, it's just not going to happen.
But that's fine. They're going to have their way next week.
Yeah, our chat loves right tackle, boy.
Right tackle, wide receiver.
It's just not going to happen, guys. It's not going to happen.
Oh my god.
Okay, so anyways, where do you want to go with the second one? What position you want to look at?
Okay, let me take a look at the board.
Well, I was going to break it down by position, or you can just look at best available.
Ooh.
All right, so go to best available right now.
So it's on best.
Okay, guys, right, I see it. I see it right here.
Okay.
Oh man.
We're gonna look at interior offensive lineman.
This boy right here.
We're gonna take my boy Luke Weiper.
Great pick. I'd be clapping right now. I'd be in the room with you, Jerick. I am high fiving you in that draft room, man. In the war room.
Player that can play any of the guard positions. We can any of the guard positions from day one. And if Mitch Morse does decide to retire, we can slide him in right in the center. Who can play any scheme.
I disagree. I don't think Weipler can play guard. I think he's a center only.
He's a true.
You think he's a center only?
Yeah, he's a center only. But he's gonna be a beast, bro. He's true.
He is a true center. So just know. Now, I've talked about this before, and me and Tommy have talked about this. If you take a Weipler in round 2 and you bring him to camp and you like what you see, you can always release Morris and save money.
About $8 million. It's a lot of money.
Yep. So
a lot of money, Jerick.
Tackle better than offensive guard. I understand Daniel and Spen hate Spencer Brown. They don't want Spencer Brown. But at the end of the day, that's who's going to be our right tackle. I hate to tell you that. So, okay, we're in round 3. Yeah. What position you want to look at? If we're looking at wide receiver, we still have Tank Dell here, Michael Wilson here.
I'm just scrolling to see what we got, what we have.
I also like Kobe Turner as a 3 tech, not a 1 tech.
Hey, everybody in the chat, appreciate you showing up, man.
All right, so I see my guy here, so we're gonna scroll a little bit up. We're gonna go ahead.
See somebody.
This is gonna piss some people off, but damn it.
Oh no!
All right,
Jerick, making people mad.
Everybody wanted Bijan Robinson, but that's not gonna happen. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna take run back Sean Tucker from upstate New York, Syracuse, and we're gonna go ahead and take our number 2 guy with Sean Tucker.
What round are we in? Round 3? We
We're
love
round
round
3,
3
Chantel.
running backs.
Listen,
Jerick Bean.
if I wasn't running the draft board for you, I'd be storming out of the draft room. Mad as hell right now at Brandon Bean.
I get
What
it.
are you doing to me? You're killing me, Small.
Hey, that's how I felt the last 2 years. But that's fine.
You and me both, brother. I was not. I've not been a fan of any of our drafts the last couple of years at all.
I know, right? It seems realistic, right? This seems like an actual Bean would do. Like what? Like you're taking this player?
This does seem like what Bean would do.
You're taking this player seriously? Okay, well I guess we just gotta live with it.
Yeah. I mean, they did that with Bernard last year in round 3. I was
what?
Oh, dude.
So we gotta have.
We were hot.
There's gotta be. Listen, we're not gonna have a perfect draft. We gotta have a bust somewhere.
He did it like he did it the year before when he took Boogie Basham, though. You know what I mean? Like, I don't get some of the things he does.
Dude, you're getting roasted in the chat.
You are, bro. If this was this
is
was
what
Twitter,
we're here for, man.
Oh my god!
Listen, I'm here for the smoke.
Oh, I love it, man. Hey,
so
this is great.
What position do you want to go?
This is why I wanted different people.
Let's scroll down. Let's see what's available.
Okay.
I love it. That's what he's doing, Scott. Trust me. I don't know if this is how Bean would draft, but Bean does love his running backs in round 3, so it's very that wouldn't shock me either.
I also like Coburn as another one of those.
Yeah, I like
1 tech,
Coburn.
3 tech.
Yep.
Love Nick Saldawari as a possible tackle. He won't be a day 1 starter, but he definitely could be.
He could be.
He could
grow into
turn
that.
into
you just
right tackle or left tackle.
You just got called Bobby Hart by the chat, by the way, Jerick. I don't understand.
Oh my god.
This is a shit sandwich. That is beautiful.
Oh no.
All right,
we're gonna piss off more people off here.
All right, go ahead.
Oh,
this is your job, brother.
We gotta invest into the future. I like this player as a potential scheme fit. I like this player's leadership. I love his aggression. This is literally one of my favorite players in this draft. He's going to be an absolute gem, whatever team takes him. But we got to invest in our future, guys. We got to invest in the future, and we're going to do that by picking Christopher Smith, safety from Georgia.
Wow,
undersized safety, huh?
Man.
Okay.
Ew.
All right. Well, guess what? You're back on the clock, brother.
Jerick Bean with some wild picks this draft. I love it. Yeah.
All right, so we'll keep looking through. You know, we got Schumacher. See, and if I would have gone safety, I probably would have went Hickman over Smith. Smith has the pedigree coming from the Georgia defense. I'm concerned about his size.
Yeah. A lot of people it is, but he's kind of one of those players that plays a lot bigger than what his actual size kind of gives him out to be. But I like him. He could potentially be. I actually kind of, be honest with you, I kind of like him more as that hybrid guy. Maybe you can put him in kind of more as a star position type player than more than actual true safety. But that's a guy that actually has a lot more versatility through his game. I think he's one of the more versatile guys in this draft.
Okay, Daniel, I like this comment. We need starters this year, not future investments. What positions do you see that you need a starter at? Tell me that. That's what I want to know from the chat. Where do the Bills need to have starters this year? Because I can only think of one that they have announced to this point where we need it. I know, Spin. We all know you'll take 6 straight right tackles if you can. Okay, so let's go through the next one. Do you have a position, or do you want to just go through best available?
We're gonna look at receiver. Now we're gonna start investing a little bit more on the offensive side of the ball.
Okay. There are a few on here. Parker Washington. I'm a big fan of Parker Washington.
Oh, that's what we're taking.
Oh,
that's why we're receiving.
I already saw him. We're going Parker Washington. All right.
We're going Parker Washington here. We're gonna take a gem. We're gonna take a guy that could potentially make an impact from day one.
Yep. Underrated guy. He's one of those
gem
in
this draft.
St. Brown type of guys who was going to go mid rounds and turn out to be really good. All right, then we're coming up to your last pick here.
Oh, I like his here.
Mm-hmm.
But
Isn't he the undersized one though?
I actually picked him.
Yeah, he's undersized, but man, he's a gem. But I
like
don't know.
him.
I don't think
Yeah,
he's a great pass rusher.
I like
Good
him too.
move.
I got him in one of my mock drafts. Like that.
I love Marte Mapu from Sacramento State, but he's gonna be transitioning from safety to linebacker.
We're gonna piss some more people off here. I listen. It is what it is, man.
Yeah. Do you know who you want?
Oh yeah, we're gonna piss some more people off.
Okay. Tell me.
Scott's poking his eyes out. Come on, Scott.
Don't worry. There's 2 more drafts coming.
We're gonna be taking Dorian Thompson, Thomas Robinson, quarterback from UCLA.
Oh my lord!
Wow.
We're gonna be pissing people off here, but we're gonna be taking. He's actually one of my favorite quarterbacks in this draft class.
6'2", 203. He had a really good throwing session in combine.
He was one of the most improved players I think I've seen from this season. And again, I mean, like I said, if Josh Allen ever gets hurt, I mean, are we really gonna rely on the kid? Are we really gonna be relying on Kyle Allen to potentially be the future, to potentially be in there? Listen, we need a guy that can potentially fit the scheme. We need a guy that can at least have some sort of understanding. I like this guy's potential future. I like his development. Is he ever going to start for Buffalo? Probably not, but Buffalo needs a good backup. They need a backup. Kyle Allen's got the answer.
Me and Mikey, the scouts, are going to drinking right now. We have left.
We spent a year on our draft boards writing up things, and this is who we went with.
Meet us at the. Meet us for some wings and. Oh man!
They gave
me an A+ on the quarterback.
This is not a Brandon Beane draft. Look at the value. What does Brandon Beane does better than everybody? Draft well in the late rounds. What does Brandon Beane not do that well? Draft in the early rounds. You cannot tell me that this is not a Brandon Beane draft.
No, this is
that's a Jerick Beane draft.
No, Maisie Smith, round 1 is very much a Brandon Beane type of pick.
It is, but I don't think this year.
Luke Wepler in round 2.
I love that.
I don't hate it, but knowing he's going to be a backup is going to piss me off, just like he's done in the last 2 years in the second round.
That's Brandon Beane.
He hasn't drafted a starter in the second round in forever. And then Sean Tucker in the third is such a Brandon Beane move. Because why?
It really is. Hey, listen, I got to think like Brandon Beane.
I got to think like running back. Oh.
See, I don't think so, Mikey, on that. If they draft Luke Weipler, who's truly a center, we know this. He can't go in, he's not going at any other position. If they did draft him, I would almost guarantee or put money that they would cut Mitch Morse.
Depends on if he's ready.
No, I'm just being honest with you. Yeah, I get that, but I'm talking about during camp. If Luke Weipler was the real deal, which I think he is, I definitely would think, and I would also think that Beane would know that by drafting him, that there's a possibility that they would cut Morse if Weipler outperforms him in camp.
That might have been the worst thing anyone said in this entire roast session. This is a Russ Brandon draft.
What is he saying? What did I miss? Russ Brandon.
Russ Brandon draft.
Oh, yikes.
Okay. Hold up. Daniel Spin, I challenge you to look at the last 3 drafts, especially what we did in the early 3 rounds, and you cannot tell me that my mock draft is just like those drafts.
Okay, real quick.
I challenge you to prove me wrong.
Real quick.
I challenge y'all.
Before we move forward, chat, because we got 13 of y'all now in here. It's getting a little bit more. Look at this draft right here, and I want you to put hashtag A, B, C, D, or F. I want to know your overall, your honest opinion is of Jerick Beane's draft. So just go ahead and let us know. Hashtag C, A, B, C, D, F. What do you got? All right. Give a Jerick. Forget PFFs.
Yeah.
What?
So, Tommy, after this, I want you to go back through, capture each of the mock drafts, and then post them out on Twitter.
Oh, I got you. You been talking about separate videos? Trim them?
Yep.
Yeah, I got you.
Yep. Okay.
Oh, see that, Jerick? Jerick Beane. You're going to have your own separate video for this, by the way.
Woo.
Yeah, I love it. Now, the funny part is, what if this is actually the real draft? Like, what if actually, like, if I look like a genius here, I want apologies.
No, I will be.
Hey, you got a D. You got a
out.
D.
Chuckles.
You got a D.
Joey Spin. Daniel.
D is not terrible.
Listen,
is it?
If
this is
the actual draft, I will give you love for the fact that you were Nostradamus and you predicted it, but I will be cussing Brandon Bean out if this is his actual draft. Sean Tucker in the third, shoot me now. I can live with some of the other ones that
that's
you
wild.
made. Sean Tucker in the third, that's unforgivable. That's Terrell Bernard in the third, and I still haven't forgiven him for that.
Oh, I hated that move. I hated it so much.
I don't think the Bills draft a running back if they don't get one. If they don't get Bijan Robinson in the first, I'll be honest with you, and he's not going to slide to us. So
Yeah.
I don't think they draft running back.
All that will mean is Bean got drunk before the draft.
Yeah, Bean's like, fuck it, I'm done.
Alrighty, Tommy. Let me go up and start a new mock.
Oh, you should have saved the picture on that.
I told you I can't.
You can't save the picture when you're doing it? Oh, okay.
No, not with the way I'm set up right now. That's why I want you to go back and snap it.
I got you.
All
right,
we ready? I slowed it down this time.
So am I Tommy Bean?
Well, you're Tommy Bean.
All right, I'm Tommy Bean, guys. Get ready.
All right. You ready to rock, buddy?
A lot of energy drinks. I'm ready.
You got big holes to fill. You got some big holes to fill.
So, Tommy, will you be looking to move up? Just so I know to be on the button.
Okay, I am. I want to make some trades though, and
I know you want to make trades.
I'm not. Well, I am not moving up.
Okay.
I am staying put at 27. But do you have to pause and make the trade now before you get there? I think you do. Okay.
No, not in moving up. You can wait till you get there and then.
Oh, okay. Okay, because I didn't notice that before. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah.
So I'll make my
pick. I just needed to know if I was going to be on the button.
No. You're good. Okay, so. All right.
Okay.
First things first.
Let's
see who the picks are. Yeah. Let's see who the first 10 picks are.
First 10 picks.
Hey, Joey gave you a C, by the way.
Hey, I appreciate that. That's better than a D.
Yeah.
Spin, what are our two biggest needs? Right tackle and what? Linebacker? He's going to say wide receiver, watch.
Spin
he wants offense. He so badly wants offense. So we went Bryce Young, CJ Stroud, Jalen Carter this time at 3, Anthony Richardson, Will Anderson, Devin Witherspoon, Christian Gonzalez, Will Levis, Peter Strongski. Then JSN, Tyree Wilson, Joey Porter Jr. on down. Let's see where the other.
Where did Robinson go?
24.
Just curious. Oh, we
Cowboys?
just missed him. We just missed him. He went to Jacksonville, which is when it.
Really?
I don't know why they would. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, what's his name started? ETN started wearing down towards the end of the year.
That's true. He did, and he is lighter.
He started messing with his foot.
You're right. Maybe I can see that.
I mean, I don't think that's smart to invest another first round pick that early on him. Yeah. However, with that offense, I can see a 2-headed monster.
Scott wants me to take attack. I know what you guys want me to do. All right.
This isn't the draft for the chat. This is yours.
Yeah.
So where do you want?
First of all,
are you looking at?
So can we make the trade now? Can I do a trade now?
Yeah.
No?
Trade down.
Okay.
There's 6 people who.
No, I don't want to trade down. I want to trade for a player. Forget trade. I'm staying.
Oh, you're trading for a player.
Yeah, you know the deal.
Okay.
So we're gonna make a splash on draft day, baby.
Oh, okay.
We are getting the receiver that we want, the number 2 that everyone's been screaming for, and I love Gabe Davis. Gabe Davis, I still think could be a number 2.
Are we going to Arizona?
We're talking Arizona. We're on the phone right now.
Oh no.
We're
on the phone right now. We're on the phone right now for D-Hop. We are willing to give up our round 3 pick. We are willing to give up next year's, let's say 5th for now. Let's see if they play ball with that, Mikey.
No.
4. Go 4. So we're back at 4th right now on these talks.
No.
Go 3. We're gonna do that. We're gonna do that right now. We're gonna go ahead and get D-Hop. We're gonna work out that contract, and we have some plans in this draft of why this will work.
Okay. There's another way you could go about it without losing that 3rd round.
All right, go ahead, Mikey. You're my guy. This is what what you guys are here for.
You take your 27, right?
Okay.
For the 34. and they're
That's right, the 34th,
96.
right? It's still...
Oh, it didn't work this time.
Ooh, you see,
Didn't
guys, listen, they're playing hardball right now with me.
They are.
Playing
They weren't
hardball.
one of the teams that wanted to move up. That's why.
Listen, I'm good with 2 threes, man. We haven't scored on
Okay.
threes lately anyways. Guys, I know you're upset with this, but we're going to go ahead and get Diop. You'll be happy. Trust me. So now,
listen, if we give up 2 threes for DeAndre Hopkins, I'd be okay with it.
Yeah, I would definitely be okay with it.
Yeah.
Trust me. I think we could work out his contract and make it work for here in Buffalo. So now we still got our pick, right? So we got still our 27th, and I know you guys want this right tackle, but there's one guy in mind that I want you guys to talk to me about a little bit, and that's O'Cyrus Torrence. Go ahead and see if he's on the board still, please.
Torrance is still on the board. So
okay. So go ahead and give it to me, guys. I want your opinions here.
I'll start with you first. O'Cyrus Torrence, 6'5", 330. He is more of a road grader. And he's really good in pass protection. He doesn't fit the archetype of what the Bills scheme is today. That doesn't mean that they're not going to change their scheme going into next year. They may. Mm-hmm. And if they take Torrance, that would tell me that they're looking at changing some of the scheme, because he doesn't fit that pin and pull as much as he does more of a zone and a power gap.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So depending on what we do, if you went Torrance, however, you have to remember your center currently today, Mitch Morse, is not a power gap center. He's a pin pull center.
Right.
So if you're looking at truly going Torrance and you think he can fit in the pin pull, okay, that's fine. I do think that there are guards later in this draft that could fit the scheme we have today at more of a ROI than spending it on a guy who doesn't quite fit what we're trying to do. That's maybe the best player, at the position in the draft right from the beginning. So with that, I'll leave it to our other scout here and have him give his take on him.
Go ahead, Mr. Jerick. Let me know what you think of Mr. Torrance here before I make my selection.
Coming off what Mikey said, he's definitely scheme specific. I kind of question his lateral agility. There are a lot of times where he doesn't really have the lateral quickness like you kind of want with other guards, and again, you kind of pair that with the fact that he's a very, very aggressive player, could lead to some holding penalties here and there. He does have some kind of other, fundamental mistakes, but it's not glaring there, but just kind of the lateral quickness is something that kind of concerns me a little bit. He does have some limited range as a blocker in pass protection, and again, he's a good pass protector, but he does have some limited range there in those particular areas. But no, he's dominant in the run game. Your physicality at the point of attack he has it all there, and he's an anchor, and he's definitely an anchor. He's not gonna, you're not gonna just simply bully him. You're not gonna bully him. He's an anchor.
He's not Roger Saffold.
Yeah,
right. Can you do me a favor, Mr. Mikey? Can you go back to Torrance and let's see if the sacks he given up throughout his career in Florida?
0
sacks, and that's throughout his career.
Yep, but look at his hurries he's given up over the years.
No, I understand, but 0 sacks, correct?
0 sacks.
All right, and I
but
want to
he's also playing with Anthony Richardson, who evades a lot of them.
I understand. What's his height and weight, please?
What, he's 6'5", 330.
6'5", 330, big boy. He gets a hold of you, doesn't let go, does he, Mikey?
No, but his biggest limitations are, is the athleticism.
I understand.
Yep, it's that lateral agility is something that is a little concerning.
So here's what I'm thinking, fellas. So I talked to Cromer, and last year Cromer didn't really get his hands on these, his guys, right? And Cromer likes this guy. Cromer thinks he can develop Torrance and get him into the scheme. And he thinks that that Torrance could be the future at right guard. And really what Bates kind of struggled in last year, because that's not really Bates. Bates is better as a left guard. And we could use Bates as more of a rotational guy this year, or, you know how that's been, where we have had bad luck with offensive linemen staying healthy. So Bates could be in the wing there waiting for just in case a guy goes down. Perfect guy to have. And I think Torrance can fit this need. And once again, guys, I still believe in Spencer Brown. I know a lot of people, a lot of fans out there are knocking Spencer, but Spencer, went through back surgery, didn't really get to play, didn't get to practice in last year in OTAs or training camp. And we believe in him. We really do. And we are going to stick with Spencer Brown this year under Cromer. Cromer gets to work with him a little bit more. So I'm going to go with Torrance in this pick. I think Torrance is going to be our future right guard, and he's a stud.
Are you looking to move up? We just got done with the first round.
I want another trade right now. I'm on the phone with somebody. I want my 3rd round pick back, guys. And I'm willing to deal Ed Oliver. Ed Oliver, I don't think we can afford him.
Are you looking to move up in the second, or you just want to?
I don't think we can get a second, but let's see let's call teams right now, Mikey.
Okay, who do you want to call?
So let's look down the pack here on the second round, more of a later second round.
Okay.
Let's call, Las Vegas has been good to us, right? The Raiders have dealt with us a few times. Yeah. So let's see if the Raiders are willing to play ball here for, Ed Oliver.
So you want their 38.
Mm-hmm.
And you're gonna trade Ed Oliver. You're gonna create another hole.
We're gonna save $10 million, and we're gonna work on this draft.
They don't want Ed Oliver for 38 straight up.
Okay. So let's move on to Seattle. Let's see if Seattle wants to play here. Actually, Jacksonville. I'm sorry, not Jacksonville. Carolina. Go to Carolina real quick. We may have to take a third. That's why I was thinking more of a third. So let's see. Go scroll up a little bit, or go down the 3rd round, because I don't think we're going to get a second, Mikey.
Well, if you could use him to move up along with our 59.
Right. What do you think, Mikey? You're listen. You're part of the. What do you guys think here? What are we playing?
I would probably go back to. 38, 39 is fine anywhere in there. I would prefer to send him to Carolina. I would add in our 2nd round pick to move up along with Ed Oliver to jump up to grab whatever you're looking for. But just know, if you do that, you now have 2 holes on your defense at middle linebacker and defensive tackle.
Correct.
That you need to fill, and you don't have.
I think I can fill DT here. I understand.
So you're going to trade a defensive tackle to take a defensive tackle?
Yeah, because we can't afford. Listen, we're going to have we already re-signed Jordan Phillips, right? Jordan Phillips, right now, I'm just saying, can fill in. But I think we can find one in the draft. Listen, what has Ed Oliver really done as far as, lived up to his top 10 ability? Is he top 10? Or now, is he more of a 3rd round selection, 2nd round, 3rd round selection? I
don't know if there's any defensive tackles early round 2 that you'll be looking at.
I'm not even talking round 2, and I still think you can get one decent that's played just as well as Ed Oliver in the 3rd, 4th round, Mikey.
Okay, so we want to just look at
just being honest. I'm not happy
93.
What do we got here, Mikey?
Pick. Okay, so let's go to Vegas. Vegas doesn't want him for.
Vegas don't want to play ball. They're mad at us. We've given them too many bad trades.
We can get 93. What about New Orleans at 71? Nope. Tennessee at 72.
Yes,
nope.
Shaq Lawson. Correct, Scott.
It might be Carolina at 93.
Let's do a Carolina. We have a history with them.
The Carolina Bills.
Yeah, that's right. So what are we getting exactly, Mikey, here for
93?
That? We're getting 93. Okay.
Yep. So we traded 91. Was it 91 that we traded, or I don't remember what our 3rd round pick was. We traded a 90 pick and got a 90 pick back.
All right, so we're in round 2 here. I'm up. Okay, here we go, guys. So I talked about this earlier. Luke Weipler. I'm totally in love with this. And once again, we need to pay D-Hop now. We need to figure this out. We just traded Ed Oliver. That's saving us 10. I'm going to go ahead and take Weipler here, guys, because I think he could be the future center. And I think, listen, I unfortunately, I love our center Morse, but I think 7 concussions. He's just not being super reliable. It's being on the field. I think his time's kind of coming up, guys, and he's not the best center right now.
This
He's
is
probably in the
his
middle.
last year.
Yeah, and it's probably his last year anyways, correct? So, middle of the pack center right now, we're kind of overpaying for him.
You're getting the second. You're getting the second best center in this class.
Exactly. Who could wind up being a stud that we really a young guy that we need.
Oh, did they turn down the trade?
Uh-oh. I don't know how you tell. What's
they picked 93. They picked, so it didn't go through for some reason.
Oh man! So let's go go back to the drawing board. Let's see if somebody is willing to we can still get back in this round 3. See who's willing to give it up. Maybe Raiders. No, we already tried the Raiders. Scroll down a little bit. See who's there. Round 3. You got San Fran. You got Raiders. Cleveland. You got Cleveland right now on the clock.
Cleveland and Oliver.
See if they're willing
98.
They're willing to take it.
Yep, they took it.
Great. Okay, guys. So what do we need right now, guys? You guys are my.
You need a defensive tackle. You need a linebacker, another tackle, wide receiver. Oh, we got D-Hop, so we don't really need a wide receiver. Tight end.
Who's best on the board right now, guys? Look at the board.
From a wide receiver, Tank Bell. Carl Brooks is going to be transitioning from end to 3-tech. Love him. I think he could actually fit, and you could start Jordan Phillips at 3-tech, or you can go more of a Kobe Turner.
Kobe Turner.
Yep, who's 6'3", 290.
I like Kobe Turner a lot, guys.
He's a true 3-tech. Carl Brooks is 6'4", 300. Dorian Williams, but he's more of an outside backer than a middle linebacker. Luke Schumacher from a tight end standpoint.
Jerick, what do you think about scroll back up. What do you think about Turner right there?
I like Turner. I think, again, like Mike says, he's a true 3-technique guy. Kind of reminds me, like I said, I see that Byron Young went up a spot. I think he's better than Byron Young, me personally, if you were looking for more of a reliable guy at 3. Buffalo, I mean, like I said, they need to get stronger. They need to get bigger. They need to get stronger, and they also need to play the run a little bit better. So, Turner, if you pick Turner there, like I said, that's really, really good value in the 3rd.
I like Turner a lot, fellas. I'm going to go ahead and draft Turner.
All right. Our replacement for Oliver?
Potentially.
Yep. And you can bring him along slower because you have Jordan Phillips in this 1 year.
That's right.
So he doesn't have to come out the gate starting. He can be part of the rotation as he gets his feet wet in the NFL and then take over next year, the following year.
That's right. All right.
Okay.
So we're on the clock again, guys. So who do we got here best on the board, guys? Talk to me.
Safeties, another guard, more safeties. Honestly, my favorite here is Nick Salvadori. He's a tackle. He's 6'6", 318.
A big boy.
They think he can stay at tackle, but if it doesn't work, they can slide him to guard. I think he'll start at tackle to see how it works out. If for whatever reason it doesn't work, then you can see him moving inside. He could actually win the swing tackle job out the gate. I'm a big fan of him. But then you have, Jose Ramirez, Yasir Abdullah, Davis Allen, Broderick Martin, a huge 1-tech. This is one of my draft crushes. He's 6'5", 330. He's a poor man's Jordan Davis, is what they call him. Monster human. Give me big humans all day.
I'll tell you what.
Carter Warren.
I'll tell you who I'm looking at, Mikey and Jerick. Go back up. I am looking at the edge there. Yasir. I like Yasir a lot, man. I don't think I know, but I don't think Von Miller is going to be ready, guys, until at least week 4. I understand we got Shaq Lawson back. I get it. But I would like a younger guy in there. You know, who knows what's going to happen with AJ, if AJ's even going to be on this roster. You know, if he gets beat out or whatever happens there. I really like him, man. What do you think there, Jerick?
I like Daddy a little bit better. He's more of an archetype.
Good.
He's more of an archetype. He's so small. He's bendy. If you're looking for that bendy,
I don't see him. I honestly, I think he's going to make that transition to more of the stand-up linebacker more than a kind of hands on the ground type of guy. Me personally, I just 6'1", 237 at that size, and he has that bend. He's a very, very athletic guy. He does have the bend, but doesn't really have. He's not going to be starting day one. For Von Miller, he still has some things he needs to clean up through his game. Me personally, he still needs to add way more tools and still needs to polish even the tools that he does have as far as his pass rushing set. It's not the greatest as far as playing against the run. I'll
tell you what, fellas. Here's what I'm thinking. I'm not really digging a lot of these guys right now. I think we can trade down. Mikey,
Vegas wants to trade with us, and so does Detroit.
What is Vegas willing to offer us?
Well, then we have to go in and choose. They don't just give us an offer.
Oh, they don't. They're not saying what they're willing to give us.
No, they just say they want to make a deal. So
let's see what they say.
130 for 141, and this would be the last pick. Oh no, they have 141 and 174. No, 204, 214 is what they're willing to give us.
Okay, and what about you said there's 2 teams, right? What's the other one?
Yeah, the other team is Detroit at 152. Not 159.
So let's go with the Raiders. Seems like the Raiders deal is a little bit nicer. I want to go ahead and get out of this pick here.
214. All right.
Yeah.
All righty. So we're moving back about 11 picks.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
Oh, no, because we still have 137.
Oh, that's right. Yes.
So at 137, so just know you're basically back-to-back picks here, so you can pick 2 different guys. You can go Schumacher. This guy's big. If you're looking for an edge, 6'4", 276. Doesn't really fit our archetype. This is the type of guy that they would draft and tell him to lose weight.
Yeah, I could see that a little bit.
Played smaller school, but love Coburn, 1 tech. I don't know if we would draft another D tackle, knowing we brought back everybody, because we're not going to carry them. We're not carrying 5 D tackles on our roster.
No. Scroll back up. I think we're getting a little bit. We're reaching there. We keep going down there. I don't like some of the guys.
Well, just remember these are PFF grades, not.
No, I know, but I still think some of those guys.
Do you have a position? I've done this. Do you have a position you want to look at?
We're in round 5. Go to safety real quick, because I don't think, man, guys, I don't think DeMar Hamlin will be back.
Hickman, Smith.
All right. I'm going to go ahead and do it now because I really like this player, and I know Mikey knows who I'm picking. Ronnie Hickman. I really like Ronnie Hickman. I do, man. And I think Hyde and Poyer, their days are coming up soon, right? We all know Hyde's on his last year. Poyer's on only a 2-year deal. We don't know what Hamlin's future's like. Benford, we'll see, if he transitions to safety, but we need a quality safety. And I think Hickman falling to that spot is a good choice. All right, so we're up again.
Choose a water boy. It worked out in the movies.
I know. Yep. Okay, there's a guy I really like here, guys, at this pick, and I want your opinion on him. Corey Trice. I really like the film on this guy. Corner. Listen, Trey White, I love him, but eventually His deal's also coming. He don't have too many more years left. Dane Jackson only signed 1 more year. I like Kyer Elam, but I think, but if we move Benford to safety, now we're short a corner. I think this guy could come in. He'll probably sit the first year, but I think he's a stud, man. I think right there is a steal getting Corey Trice at this selection. What do you think, guys?
Don't hate him as a player. I don't see the fit. He's more of a man corner than a zone corner.
I understand.
I think he could be better than Cam Lewis on the outside. I don't
100%.
think Trey's going anywhere.
No, I didn't say he's going anywhere. Yeah,
but
I didn't think he's going.
But you were saying that his up
I think eventually. Yeah, I do. I think that time's coming soon.
I don't
think he's going to be
what's
here long.
Going to happen if we're going to trade for DeAndre Hopkins, we're going to pull the trigger on Trey White's restructure, which guarantees he's going to be with us for another few years.
It's very possible, but we still have to say, okay, you got Kyer.
Honestly, Tommy, I would take the tackle.
You take the tackle here, Nick. You liking Nick?
Yeah,
I think.
What do you think, Jerick?
I do. Yeah, I like Nick. I do like Nick for the most part. Because again, his biggest strength is in pass protection. I mean, like I said, he's not the best run blocker in the world. He actually needs a lot of cleanup in his game. But again, if you want to just slide him in there as a swing tackle, and a guy that improved vastly in his pass protection skills, I like for Nick.
Do me a favor, fellas. Go ahead. Sorry, Jerick.
Yeah, I said, but if you want to, again, if you want to take a player like Corey Trice, I mean, this honestly does seem like a Brandon Beane move, because what does Brandon Beane love in these later rounds? He loves the project guys. He loves the big, tall, athletic, lengthy guys, and that's Corey Trice.
6'3", 206.
6'3".
Yeah.
Hey, exactly.
But he's not his own corner. He's a man covered. He's a man cover corner. If you're going to play him there, but as far as everything, he kind of reminds me of Levi Wallace. If I had to give a player comp of what he reminds me of a little bit as far as his play and his idealistic size, it's Levi Wallace. He doesn't have that long speed that Levi.
Except I think he's better in man coverage than Levi ever was.
He's much taller. He's much taller. Where if he did,
but his play style is Levi, except he's stickier in man coverage. He's stickier,
and if he gets beat on a play because of his height, I think he would be able to get to the ball a little bit better. Because of his length, than Levi. Hey, go to tight ends for me.
Yeah. You looking to see if your guy's still there?
I am, and there he is. But I think we can get sneaky and possibly pick him up.
I don't.
Do we have any more picks? What's our next pick?
Our next pick is 205.
I'm gonna roll the dice here. I want Trice, guys. I'm sorry. I'm gonna go over your guys' heads here. I'm going to go Trice.
It's my job to tell you, arm you with information, and you make the decision.
However, next round, regardless, I am taking Mallory, but I love you guys.
He's not going to be there.
You guys, if he is, let's cross fingers. I don't know.
The question is. Oh, we have 205 and 214. Do you want to move up to get him?
Well, he hasn't been taken yet. How many picks are we away?
Ours 205, so we're about 22 picks away.
Yeah, let's. I want to trade up. We traded up before for a tight end. I'm going to trade up again. Let's see what Detroit's
205 and 214.
You got it. Let's do it. I want Mallory on this team. I think this guy's going to be a stud in the league, man. I do. And I think if we can, if he can learn to block a little better, he could be an overall, all around tight end.
Made the deal. Grabbed that.
I'm sorry, Daniel. I know you're booing, but I got to represent the U, and he is a hell of a player. And if we don't draft him, regardless, I do want you guys to watch out for Mallory in the NFL. Maybe not next year, but maybe the following year probably. Hey, I'm loving it.
You have to remember, Tommy is a U fan. He's a U fan.
Have you seen his tape? Have you seen his film? Tall, fast, physical.
He's a solid route runner too, man. Like as far as talking about advanced tight ends,
yes.
I mean, he's up there.
The thing he lacks is blocking.
He's a poor man's Mike Gesicki.
That's right, Beth.
Is what he is.
All right, guys, let's see how
He's a
I
receiver,
did
not
for
a true
according to
tight end. He's more of
PFF.
a slot guy.
Solid D. Get out of here. Woo! Oh.
They hated the Mallory pick.
They hated the Mallory. That's all right. Hey.
All right. So
I got a lot of players there, guys.
Guys, give Tommy his grade. A, B, C, D, F, or don't ever be a GM again. I can get behind the Torrance pick if we do it.
Walk through the walk through it.
So Torrance is probably the best. Unless Stronsky moves and kicks inside the guard, then he would be the best guard. Outside of that, I think Torrance is the best true guard in the draft. Weipler is one of the best centers, but Weipler is a true center. A lot of these other guys, John Michael Schmitz, is probably going to play center in the NFL, but he's kicking inside from playing outside in college. Then there's Weipler. There's the kid from Wisconsin. So I can get behind Weipler. I don't know if he will start year one. He might be a year two starter. But then we're wasting a second round pick on a year two starter. Okay.
Right.
We traded away Ed Oliver and picked up Kobe Turner. So we cleared his $10 million for DeAndre Hopkins.
Yep.
Then we turned around and picked up Ronnie Hickman. So now our safety room's getting a little full. It's getting a little crowded because we're going to have Poyer and Hyde. We're going to have Taylor Rapp, who we picked up in free agency from the Rams. A returning DeMar Hamlin and Ronnie Hickman.
Possibly. We don't know that for a fact. I know he said he wants to, but I still think that's a big question mark.
Man, the chat this is a tough crowd. This is a tough crowd to please.
It's a very tough
crowd to please. It's an easy crowd to please. Listen, it's a very easy crowd to please. Right tackle, wide receiver, and goal.
Oh, yeah.
right. But wait a minute, real quick. I got our receiver in DeAndre Hopkins, who is
which they like that pick.
A solid. I'm just saying. I got our center. I still got a right guard that we're still.
Here you go.
Come on, guys. You got a
D with the draft picks.
Yeah.
And moves up to C+ with D Hop.
I don't know, man. I like it. I like my pick, but hey.
Then at where he was at 27. Anton Harrison is not going to be a savior for us if he's the only tackle out there. There was him and Jones. Jones is too big to play in the scheme unless we're changing the scheme. Torrance was the best pick if you're going O-line. The two tackles that were on the board were not worth pick 27.
Was Darnell Wright on the board?
No, he was taken already.
See, if he was there, I'll be more comfortable if you wanted to get a tackle with Darnell Wright overall.
I believe Darnell Wright's probably going to go top 20. I don't think he's going to be there. So then he picked up Corey Trice.
Right. Hey, they like that. Give me an A.
Traded
B-
back
in the trade. It's not bad.
Yep. Picked up Will Mallory by moving back up to grab him. So overall, they give you a B+. Tommy, I would give you probably. I like the Torrance pick. I like the Weipler pick. Love the Turner pick. Love that you got something for Oliver and cleared $10 million for us to get Hopkins. Yeah. I would probably give you a solid B for this.
Thank you.
Not a huge fan of the Trice pick. If you would have went the right tackle there, I would have been a bigger fan of it.
Fair enough.
And then I wouldn't have moved up for Mallory. I don't see how he fits with the Bills, but I know you love him.
I do. Think he's really good, man. Hey, all right. Listen, but I'm just saying, hypothetically, if this was a draft, I would totally be okay with this. If Brandon Beane did this draft, I think he filled a lot of needs that we potentially need. Because listen, if we don't draft a center, we all know that the day is coming, man. And why would you if you had an opportunity to take Weipler and you let it slip out of your hands for Mitch Morse, who's probably not going to be here next year, right? Like the following season, at least. I think it's just a huge mistake, and you can save money. That's the reason why I just think it's a smart choice, guys. But anyways, go ahead, Mikey. It's your turn.
Alrighty. I'm not going to be moving around that much, so I'm going to turn the speed up.
All right, go ahead.
All right. So, here we go.
Mikey's too kind.
No, I knew what Tommy was doing there. I liked it. Okay, so looking here.
See.
So let's quickly slide back up. We got Young, Stroud, Tyree Wilson, which this may be the first 3 picks. I think Tyree Wilson goes before Will Anderson. People are down on him for some reason. Tyree Wilson is very physically gifted, and people are going traits over production and tape. So we'll see how that plays out. Let's go. Jalen Carter went 9. Ooh. Stronsky, Paris Johnson. Darnell Wright went 17. Oh, I hate that. Then Broderick Jones went 18. Bijan went. Addison went. Nolan Smith went. Michael Meyer went. Okay. So it leaves me here. Listen, I know everybody wants me to go tackle. I'm going to show you why I'm not going to go tackle. 6'4", 315. He doesn't fit the Bills' archetype right now for a tackle anyways. They like the bigger tackles, more athletic tackles. He's also projected to be more of a swing tackle right off the top. So are we going to waste the first-round pick to sit him behind someone as a swing tackle? I don't think so. When we have more needs, he could have, he could really have upped his draft stock with another year. He probably could be a really good tackle moving forward. Already an F. That's fine, Scott. You can hate it. I'm not going. He is my least favorite tackle in the draft.
Real quick, I do want to say something before Joey. Love you, bud. But we, you got to remember, we talked, if you remember Twitter and everywhere else when everyone was saying Trey White was going to be ready week 1 for sure. He's going to be back week one, right? Everybody. And they were blasting me when I said, I don't think so. I think Trey White might not be back till week. So I understand, but what you hear and what happens is totally 2 different things, man. Hamlin has a lot going on, bro. That's not a hand injury. This guy had a heart attack 3 times, right? Like, so it's a lot more mental and probably physical. Yes, physically, he could probably perform and get out there, but we don't know. Nobody does. You know what I mean? I'm just throwing that out there. And the team too has to.
You're picking someone in case he doesn't come back. Got it.
Exactly. That's it. I'm not saying he won't be back or he doesn't want to be back, but I'm just saying just because you heard it doesn't mean it's going to happen. It's a fact.
Also, guys,
you heard that
just remember, Tommy is very much a wait. I'm going to wait to see. He doesn't believe he's going to play. He doesn't think he's ever going to play again. Tommy's come out and said this multiple times. He said, "I'll believe it when I see it." After what happened,
I think he's going to be more of an ambassador for CPR in the NFL, and they're going to find a spot for him where he's involved in the NFL. That's just where I'm throwing that out there. I could be wrong, and I hope he does play. I'm just throwing that out there, guys. I don't know.
Okay, so here's what I'm going to talk about. I hate Anton Harrison. I'm not a fan of his tape. I'm not a fan of his size or his archetype for the Bills. If we went right tackle, it would be Dwan Jones. He doesn't fit archetype either, but he's a right tackle only. So I know what Tom's feelings are about a guy like this. 6'8", 374. He's a massive boy.
A massive human
being. Jerick, what's your thoughts on Jones?
I like Dwan Jones, me personally. He's a lot quicker than I think a lot of people kind of give him credit for. I know a lot of people have some concerns with his lateral agility, but I think again he's quicker than I think what people kind of give him credit for. He's very similar to Torrance, man. He puts the paws on you, man. It's over. You might as well just cancel your rep. I mean, he's a big dude, man. As far as that aspect, very very anchored, very physical. I always put this. I got this evaluation down to him. He can get a little overconfident because I think he relies too much on his size sometimes. That he kind of there are a lot of situations where he kind of forgoes his technique, kind of forgets the fundamentals, and just say, you know what, I'm just big guy. I'll get my paws on you. You're not going to go anywhere, and that can sometimes make him lose reps because of that. But I think really kind of besides that, if we're just talking about a guy that if you can just kind of coach him up just a little bit, again, I don't think he has any huge glaring flaws like an Anton Harrison, who has again, he doesn't really have the ceiling, and then I just think that Dwan Jones, just from a prospect wise, is a much better prospect than Harrison. So yeah, if you want to try to get that true Buffalo Bills size type player, with that has that physicality, that is a at least at this point a much better pass anchor, a much better pass pro than Spencer Brown, then yeah, I would like DeJuan Jones.
I would like DeJuan Jones.
I wouldn't hate it either.
I want to say, someone said I said because he's a right tackle, I'm talking about that. No, my biggest concern with Jones is his size. He reminds me of Mekhi Becton. Mekhi Becton was a top 10 pick, but he also hasn't played much due to the size. He's
gonna have to lose weight.
He's kind of eating his way out of. I will tell you, Jones has been on the top 30 picks draft, visits for the Bills. I think he's on there. I would feel more comfortable trying to trade down here and not take Jones at 27. But I'm gonna see if it'll let me. I picked up 35 and 79, so let's see.
Ooh.
Jones went, but that's fine.
Mikey Bean trading back.
I did and picked up extra picks. Here, I'm looking. I go Mezzie Smith here.
Chuckles likes it. Chuckles likes it.
I love
you're
getting
that out of spin already. Very upset
That's
with
fine.
you. Very upset. Twitter was
okay. I traded
mad.
down. That's fine. I love Bergeron. So looking here, I like some of the stuff that we got. Here's what I'm gonna do. Let's see who wants to trade.
Whoa, we're doing another trade. Okay.
I'm collecting picks for my trade for D Hop.
Oh, Jerick, what do you think? You liking this D Hop coming to Buffalo again?
Yeah, I mean, listen, man, we gotta win. We gotta do something, and I don't think Gabriel Davis is gonna get the job done. So if you can get DeAndre Hopkins, I know a lot of people say, well, he's old and they're concerned that he hasn't played a foot. Listen, he's not going to be the number one guy here. That's still going to be Stephon Diggs' role. But if anything, I think that actually that's a positive for me because that means that DeAndre Hopkins, he's not going to get the attention compared to what he was with the Cardinals and Texans. So I love this move. Go ahead and get him.
Okay, so I moved down, right?
Ooh,
and they went Keely Ringo, Drew Sanders, Jack Campbell went, Mozzie Smith went, which is great. Because I was looking at Bergeron anyways. We were at his pro day. I'm taking your right tackle.
Well, there you go, guys. There's your right tackle off the board. Mikey
I'm
went ahead
taking
and
your
did
right
it.
tackle.
Z-Mad. He did it.
I did. Mike
Andy
no right tackle. I just took a right tackle. Bergeron out of Syracuse.
Yeah. Andy got some picks. He's piling up.
He's a guard in what makes you think he's a guard in the NFL?
Ooh, Spin not liking it. Spin not liking it, Jerick. Oh,
F
minus. Oh man.
Well, fine. You don't think? I think he's
the right tackle.
Chuckles
likes it. Chuckles is
I truly believe that he fits. His archetype fits with what our O-line coach likes to do.
Scott loves it. Scott's giving you an A already.
We're looking Z-Mad
with an A+. All right.
That's fine. Now we're looking at going to make our deal for your boy.
All right.
D-Hop. We want D-Hop, right?
You see, Jerick, if we would have took a tackle anywhere, we would have got an A in the chat.
Unless you're Spin. He wants one of the elite. He wants one of the elite right tackles. He would rather Harrison. I think Bergeron's gonna be better than Harrison, personally.
Oh, Spin says he's Cody Ford 2.0.
Not even close.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you right now, y'all. Spin is the toughest critic, man. Regardless, I love him though.
He wants that at 27. He wants one of those tackles. I don't think he cares which one. You could take Harrison there and he'd be like, "Yeah, give me Harrison," and then we won't play him.
This is great, bro.
Wow.
We got a great chat. I love the chat, bro. Scott's always pissed off. Spins like
so. I'm gonna give up 79 and 116 is the two that I traded back for D-Hop.
What are you giving up? I'm sorry.
I'm gonna give up 79 and 116, the two picks I traded.
Okay.
For to pick up D-Hop.
There you go. Okay. Smart move.
Okay.
All right, there we go. Yeah.
So then we took our right tackles, and now we're looking for we got our wide receiver, right? Oh, look who's on the board. My favorite.
Oh, he does. Mikey
I am a
loves this
huge
guy.
Pittman fan. He could play guard or center, 6'6", 313. He could start at guard and then kick into center. He very much reminds me of Landon Dickerson.
Does he troll as good as Landon Dickerson?
Oh, I don't know. probably doesn't troll as good as Landon Dickerson. Landon Dickerson's an elite troll, but a lot of those Eagles offensive linemen are elite trolls. So here, I would probably take Tippmann. I would take Tippmann over White Blair.
Triggs is loving it.
Then if you decide to keep Mitch Morris this year, you could still use Tippmann and slide him in at right guard.
That is true.
Okay, so now we're at 91, which is our normal third-round pick. And at this point, I don't know what we're going to do with Ed Oliver. I really don't. I'm not gonna. If we traded Ed Oliver, I'd be okay with it, and I would take a Kobe Turner here as well. I love him. However, I'm not going to because I don't think we're going to. However, I do think we're going to need another D end, and I'm going to take Isaiah McGuire here.
Nice. I like that pick.
He's 6'4", 268, fits the archetype. Very good run defender. Plus, he has pass rush moves, and this is AJ Epinessa's last season. So it puts another young linebacker in the pipeline.
Got to get that replacement.
Yep. I agree. Hey, I like it.
Nobody else does, but that's okay. We need young receivers. However, if you think about it, Spin or Daniel, if we bring in D-Hop, I don't think we're going to get another young receiver because of who we have in there. We may take a late round receiver, and if that's the case, you look at like Xavier Hutchinson. This could be a late round receiver we look at, and that may pop up here. So we're at 130 now.
And we still got Khalil Shakir, who's, I mean, I know you guys are still sleeping on him.
He's young.
Right. I mean, and I think he's going to be a good receiver in this league. And I thought last year he made some phenomenal plays, especially with the yak. I mean, he's had very few drops. So that is a guy that's a younger receiver that's on this team. Somebody to look, that is a young receiver that can potentially be the slot receiver of the future for the Bills. Just throwing that out there.
That sucks. Hutchinson went.
We could always
get another receiver
next year too.
Voorhees went in 98. Now, Voorhees was one of my guys that I like to stash because he's going to be out all of this year. You can put him on IR right away and then be ready for next year as we lose some of our one-year guys, but he's already gone. So when we look here, we say, okay, who do we got on the board? Chandler Zala. 6'5", 325 guard. One of those project guys that has some potential, high upside. His floor is not as high as I'd like it to be, but his ceiling's extremely high. So I'm going interior O-line.
All right. Mikey's building up the trenches. I like it.
A lot earlier, too, compared to what Bean has actually done in the draft. We're going to take some linemen. It's going to be in the 6th and 7th round.
D-Hop did.
Right.
D-Hop Davis.
Right. Always, dude.
With D-Hop. So we have Diggs, D-Hop, Davis, Hardy, Shakir, and Sherfield. Yeah.
And Sherfield might be a hidden gem, man. I'm telling you, he had a really solid year last year with the Dolphins.
I think Shakir's.
No, he is too. I'm saying Shakir for sure, but I mean, out of free agent signings, I think Sherfield's. He had I'm telling you, he had a good, solid season for the Dolphins, man. I think he can make some noise on this team, man.
So when I'm looking to see who else is on the board here, I'm not overly fond. So let me ask you, Jerick, what's your thoughts on trying to trade for a linebacker? Because here's the thing. There's a guy by the name of Devin White in Tampa Bay who's asking out. He's in his 5th-year option.
Yes, he is.
He has $11 million option. we have a gentleman in Ed Oliver who wants to get paid as well. Could you see a swap of fifth year option guys?
I think because I think Devin White is. I think his value has dropped a tad bit compared to what he was a couple of years ago. I think you can make it happen. I think that is something I think could happen because Tampa Bay was a little weak in the trenches. They did not really have a good 3 technique guy for them. And what does Ed Oliver? I mean, if we're just talking about his value, he plays at his best when he has a really good 1 technique he can play alongside with. So, that could be something. That could be something right there. Devin White does not want to be there. We desperately need an inside. We desperately need a player we can pair it up with Matt Milano, and that could be something. I would like that move if we can make that happen.
In this world, they take it straight up.
Yeah.
If we needed to add in a draft pick, I'd be willing to do that too. Nope.
They're taking it.
They took it. So we traded Oliver, so now I'm looking D-line. Who's out there? Love Coburn, love 6'2", 332. I think I'm going to pick Coburn here.
Coburn?
Yep. I'm going to play him at 1 tech, and I'm going to settle to 3 tech behind Jordan Phillips this year. And then be looking for a better 3 tech in the draft next year.
And if he's not the guy, we still got, Daquan Jones and
Chuckles, I think Oliver could be a beast in the right system. I don't think we use him the way he should be used.
Kind of like Edmonds. Wasn't used right.
Okay, and then with our last pick, let me see who's at tight end. I love this guy. He's more of a receiver. He reminds me a lot of Mallory in the way he does things. 6'6", 248. He's not the greatest blocker, but he's more of a receiving threat tight end. But with our O-line coach, I can see him being good enough as a blocker or using, as we just brought in a right tackle, using Spencer Brown as blocking tight end. Big guy, and I'm going to take our tight end here.
7th round.
Why not? In the room. Yep. Take a flyer.
Why not? Why not?
And at that point, my draft comes to an end.
Oh, my.
All right.
Oh, my. Hey, you got a lot of picks. You got a lot of
I moved around a bunch. I made a couple trades. Lots of money I added. I added Scott, 2 All-Pros.
Scott's never happy.
So I went Bergeron.
Whoa, look at this grading. PFF loves Mikey.
I went traded down twice. Picked up Bergeron, picked up Tittman, got us a new edge to put in rotation, grabbed us another guard, grabbed us a D 1 tech, grabbed us a developmental tight end, and then traded for Hopkins and White.
Hey, B+.
That Tittman pick is that's my favorite. I love the Tittman.
I love Joe Tittman. He's one of my draft crushes this year. Is Joe Tittman.
I'll tell you what though, we trade down twice. It's gonna be a long night for me and Mikey when we're going live. Especially
in round 1. We trade out of round 1. We're gonna be on there just to be talking about nothing.
Oh my god, dude. Hey, I like all of the drafts.
What do you? Jerick, I want to know what Joey's talking about. He says, "Why do we always go with someone who's not that good and has a high ceiling? Take someone that's good that has a high ceiling." Most of those guys are in the top 20 players that are good now and have a high ceiling. Very rarely do you get them outside of the top 20. I mean, it happens. You have the Creed Humphreys and those type of guys that come out, but it's a lottery ticket, man. You draft guys that have high ceilings, that have the measurables. And you hope you hit on them.
Yeah,
that's why we got to draft. The draft is where the top players with
White D Hump alone equals A-. All
Exactly.
I did, Daniel. I moved Settle into 3-tech, which is more of his natural position, and I drafted a 1-tech to replace him. So we stopped playing Settle out of position, which I think will then help. And then next year we will go into the 3-tech market, as we have a 1-tech to replace. We've got Coburn, who's going to replace our expiring contracts on the D line, and then we'll really be able to dig into it next year. So I did.
Yeah.
I fixed our linebacker position for this year. So basically, I took it, from one, because I do think if Jordan Phillips can stay healthy, he's an impact 3-tech.
Mm-hmm.
So your guys' thoughts?
Yeah. That's a solid draft, man.
I would be super happy if we did this. Now, let's be perfectly honest. This is more of a Madden draft than a Brandon Beane draft.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. That's not right.
I had to go with the Brandon Beane draft, man.
Right.
You did. Honestly,
I had to go with it.
Draft, Jerick, yours is probably the most realistic.
Right. You are right. No trades for players. Like, mind you, me and Mikey traded for players. Brandon Beane does not trade for players. Very rare. So that probably won't happen. So
a lot of projects.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of guys that don't fit the scheme, but we're gonna force them to fit the scheme.
Right. He's this. We're gonna try to. Right. We don't know really where we're gonna put him.
So we made it through 3 mocks tonight, all a little bit different. Jerick started us off with a legit NFL style mock draft. Tommy added in the trade of D-Hop, and then I decided to one-up him and traded for a linebacker. Now, I added a ton of money as well to our team. So Bean would have to figure that out.
Yeah. I got
Too much defense? Daniel, please come visit me and Tommy on draft weekend.
Yes. So listen, once again, before we sign off, this is great. Really, this is a great ending.
So mad.
Listen, this is a great ending because all y'all in this chat right now that are saying D and F and C, guess what? Y'all are going to be doing the draft next Friday. Not us, y'all. So I cannot wait to see who y'all pick and how your draft goes.
Next week is your mock draft. We will slow it way down, and it will be a vote.
Yes, 10 minutes each. It's only
pick.
one. It's a one draft, guys. That's it. It ain't 3. One. 10 minutes per round. We're gonna go. The vote's gonna get counted, and it's all up to you guys.
Thank you, Spin. I appreciate the
getting
a B from Spin is like getting a good grade from that really hard teacher that just never gives out A's. You get a B or like a B plus. That's like them telling you got an A.
I'm happy with the C because all my life I got through school with C's and D's, and I always said that's a passing grade. I'm good. So thank you. I passed.
Jerick with the big old Z minus.
Z. Jerick, any thoughts on this guy's Z minus spins Z minus on you, man?
It's nothing much I can say, man. I tried my best to think like Brandon Beane does, because we may ask what we may try to make our mock drafts, we may try to do what we want, but at the end of the day, we all know Brandon Beane's gonna do Brandon Beane things at the end of this draft.
And honestly, your draft is probably the most realistic draft of all of them.
I try to think like him, man. I couldn't be selfish to think like myself. I had to think
it will make me so mad. If he goes Mezzie Smith in round 1, I'm gonna.
Everyone's gonna lose their minds. Everyone's gonna, and that will actually continue a streak in the Brandon Beane era of not taking a. Josh Allen. Well, besides Josh Allen, we have not taken a first round offensive player.
No, not since 2018. Wild, right? I mean, if you want to technically call Stephon Diggs our first round in 2020 because of the trade, I mean, I guess, but that's not a draft pick. He called it our draft pick, but I mean, I guess, right? I mean, he did. I mean, kind of technically, right, Mike? What do you think about that? Technically, he took Diggs in the first round?
No,
he didn't.
No, he didn't. He used the first round asset
I know.
Get him because if he would have stayed,
I'm just trying to be nice.
Could have got Justin Jefferson.
I know. I'm trying to be nice.
Let's be perfectly honest. The only reason why Justin Jefferson was there is because the Eagles crapped the bed and took Jalen Reagor.
Oh, I know.
There was zero mocks, zero people around the league that thought Justin Jefferson would be on the board when we picked, and that's why he made the move. He made the smart play by trading for an alpha receiver. If he would have known, hindsight 2020, that Justin Jefferson would be on the board, he would have stayed.
Probably, yeah, probably. You're right. Not have to give up the picks. All right.
Well, Mikey comes in and says, "You give him D-Hop and a right tackle, and he'll be happy."
We'll see what happens. Hey, 2 weeks away.
So maybe they take Jones in round 1 at 27. You know, I was tempted. I was super tempted to take Jones at 27. I traded down.
That happens. I'm not gonna be mad at it.
Yeah. Me neither. I will be very mad if they take Harrison at 27. He is not the tackle I want. I'd rather take Bergeron at where, you know, in the around our pick, or move up a little bit in the second round to grab him, than take Harrison at 27. Do not want him. I am not a fan. A lot of people like him. I just don't see it.
All right. Well, real quick, Jerick, let everybody know where they can find him, man.
Yeah, you can find me at Jant Sports on YouTube. Again, more draft coverage and stuff like that coming on the way, so definitely stay tuned. And then, yeah, if you want to try to get in contact with me, hit me up Twitter, Jant716. If you just want to talk football, some more Bills talk, if you want to talk some more trash about how bad of a GM I am, I'll be there interacting with you guys. So, yeah, definitely follow me over there.
Okay, we will do. For Tommy and myself, we'll be back. I will do a mock draft this weekend, Tommy, because I didn't get to do one last weekend. Yeah. So I'll make up for it and do another one this weekend, put it out. And I'll do it a little bit different. I probably won't make the many trades as I made today. Maybe I'll follow, what Daniel really wants and go tackle, wide receiver, and just trade away our whole draft pick for those two guys. And since we're going to be Super Bowl ready.
Right. Yeah, right. Well, guys, next week, once again, at 8:30, I'll be tweeting it out. So you guys know, at Tommy Talks Bills, look for my tweet and all the information. So next week, Friday, 8:30, join us for the live mock draft where it's your guys' job to do the draft. So once again, everybody in the chat, I appreciate you guys. Anyone that's coming to watch later, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, all that good stuff that we forget to say early on. And until next time, go Bills, Bills Mafia. I love you. Peace out.
Go Bills.
No, we're not going to end until Jerick says go Bills.
Go Bean.
Jerick? What?
Go Bean.
Go Bean. Go Bean. This is Bean season, baby.
It's Bean season, man. It's his show. Is that our show?